I love small indie arcade games in VR just as much as I love Hitman and No Man's Sky and big games like that. This hybrid game just stealth dropped on PlayStation VR2 out of nowhere, so I wanted to do a quick mini review. I'm kinda old, I started my gaming days playing Atari 2600 and Pong and stuff and worked my way up from there. And this game plays very much and looks like Tempest, which is a game that I love. At times it reminds me of Tapper or Root Beer Tapper, and sometimes it even reminds me of Clax, the way that you're collecting the things that are coming towards you. Well, you're more like shooting them, but anyways, let's check out the details of SlipVector on PlayStation VR2.
The highly seasoned gamer VR.
Now this game can be played flat too, although I don't know why anyone would want to do that, of course. One of the first things you might notice is it has one of the most intense head haptics out of any game I've played on PlayStation VR2. Your head will vibrate and it feels really cool. The second thing you'll notice is how trippy and colorful everything looks. Of course, the OLED panels make the colors really pop. The blacks look pretty good too. Masternoid is a pretty good Arkanoid style game, but Rebelloid was very disappointing. iRobot and Polybius kind of remind me a bit of this. It's got that Jeff Minter trippy visual thing going on, which makes sense because I believe Jeff Minter did Tempest 2000 back on the Atari Jaguar. One of the things I love is having yet another game I could play in VR using just the regular DualShock controller instead of the VR controllers. So you can just sit back on the couch like the old-fashioned days and just play the arcade game using the analog stick. I think there's about 18 trophies and 1 platinum. I'm not a trophy hunter, but I'm sure it's going to be really difficult to get. How does it play? Well, it feels pretty much like Tempest if you've ever played it, where you're just sliding this ship to the left or to the right around these courses or levels, but you're shooting with, I believe, the R1 button. But you have this jump button. See, I just did a jump. So if things are cutting a little too close and you're afraid they're going to get you, you can do the jump move. The problem is you only have a few of those available to you. I believe it's the top right that shows you how many I have left, and the top left will show you how many rockets and bombs I have. So you have these kind of missile rockets you can use as well, and the bombs kind of clear everything on the screen at once. But what I just collected there, aside from this laser weapon, so you can change weapons occasionally, but there's items to collect, including extra lives, and maybe you run out of jumps, but you end up collecting some more jumps. So you have to pay attention. I feel like you need to pay attention to the closest enemies to you always first. And that's what reminds me a little bit of the Root Beer Tapper game, where you used to have to collect the beer bottles before they fall off the bar as they're coming at you. So it's not quite the same, but it has this kind of hybrid feel of a couple classic retro games all kind of round up into one. I'm still learning how to deal with enemies like this green thing. I had to use the jump just to get around it without getting hit. So if I run out of jumps. Also over here, this is a meteor section where I don't even need to be shooting, but sometimes meteors will just come flying at you for a moment, which is pretty fun. As I got further, things got a little more complicated here and there. There were these 2 enemies on the side of me that were trying to attack me, and this is a good use for your rockets and stuff, but I just don't know what to do if I run out of that stuff, because as you can see, that was game over for me. I'm not sure how long the game is, but there's 3 sections you can choose from at the start of the game, and there's a couple stages in each section. I have not passed them all yet. The music is definitely not good enough for me to want to listen to outside of the game, but it's okay, and it definitely suits the vibe and reminds me of Tempest 2000, which had dance music in it. Thankfully, you can shut it off in the options and listen to your own music. Like an old classic arcade game, it does keep your high scores. I just wish that it had an online leaderboard. Unfortunately, it doesn't have that, or any kind of co-op mode, but it is what it is. It's a simple game, but it does the job, and I'm really excited to have another one of these type of games in my collection. There is a menu screen. You can adjust the sound effects and the volume and the player speed, as well as check out the controls. If I had to rate the game real fast, I guess I'd give it like a 7.1. I paid for it myself. It was about $14.99. You might want to wait for a $9.99 sale, but if you're looking for something like Tempest in VR, well, now you have it. Until next time, I'll see you in VR. I'm still struggling to hit 1,000 subscribers, so if you're not subscribed, I appreciate it if you do, or leave me a comment or one of those things. I hate begging people. I appreciate you coming by, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day or evening.